What a big opportunity here today for Northwestern, trying to bounce back from 3 straight losses and clinch themselves a double bye in the Big Ten tournament. Let's talk about it.
You are Locked On Northwestern, your daily podcast on the Northwestern Wildcats, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, everybody, and welcome in. This is Locked On Northwestern, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Carter Bird, and thank you for making Locked On Northwestern your first listen every single day. We really appreciate it. We're available wherever you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you can find us. We're also on YouTube. Just search Locked On Northwestern. You can find us there. And wherever you're listening, make sure you're subscribed and you turn on notifications. You don't want to miss an episode. Great opportunity today. A little bit later of a podcast. It's coming in just under the wire, trying to preview this game coming up in a couple hours. But today's episode is brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Make every moment more. Don't miss the chance to get your no sweat first bet up to $1,000 in bonus bets. This episode is brought to you by the FanDuel Sportsbook. Official sportsbook of Locked On. Make every moment more. Visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn today to get started. All right, Northwestern coming in. We know that they are 20-10, 11-8 in Big Ten play. Lost 3 games in a row, 66-62 at Illinois, 18-point halftime lead. Choked it up in the second half. No one helped Boo out in that second half besides Brooks Barnhizer, who had 11 points. Well, Boo had 35. He had 22 in the first half. He actually outscored Illinois in the first half of that game. Just a brutal second half collapse as Illinois got red hot. I think they went 7 of 13 from 3 in the second half, if I'm recalling that correctly. Then they go on the road to Maryland and lose 75-59. It was a really competitive first half, high-level game, great offense on both sides. Northwestern had great ball movement, was hitting open shots. Maryland was hitting really difficult shots. It was really amazing how they were hitting those shots throughout the game. And in the second half, you saw Northwestern go a little bit cold. Meanwhile, Maryland, who hit 8 of 11 threes in the first half, they continue to hit threes in the second half. They cool off a little bit. They're not shooting 60%, but Northwestern's no longer shooting 59% in the second half. But Maryland still goes 6 of 11 from 3 in the second half. They were still hot. Northwestern got flustered, got rattled. I thought that they lost their composure, lost their cool, and it allowed Maryland to win the second half by 14 and win the game by 16, 75-59. Then last time out versus Penn State, Northwestern never really separated. Didn't really get to the line, just shot 6 free throws for the game. Did not guard the 3 well. I think that was due to a lack of communication by Northwestern's guards in the game, and they just didn't seem very ready to deal with it. But I guess with a team that has that many shooters, you have to communicate. You got to be spaced out correctly. You got to make sure you kind of cross all your T's and dot all your I's defensively. I don't think Northwestern did that. And it allowed Rutgers to it allowed Penn State, rather, to stick in the game. And then late, they hit some big shots. A couple moments of ball watching by Northwestern's guards gave them some good looks. And, they hit a big buzzer beater 3 to win the game 68-65 in overtime. Northwestern is sitting at number 49 in the KenPom, number 4 in offensive steal percentage. They don't let the other teams get steals against them very often. Number 13 in offensive turnover percentage. They protect the basketball, and they're a good defensive team. We know that as well. They're sitting at... Actually, I think that they may have updated in KenPom. Take a look at that real quick. They're 51 in KenPom as they sit right now. Net rankings, they are currently sitting at number 45, where they've been sitting for a couple days now. They currently they're 6-4 on the road, and this is a road game at Rutgers. 6-5 in quad 1, 4-5 in quad 2, 2-0 in quad 3, and 8-0 in quad 4. So there are no bad losses on the resume. Some of these quad 1 games have dipped to the quad 2 line for them, which is annoying, but it is what it is. You can't really change it. But this is a great opportunity on the road to go get another quad 1 win. So just looking at that, I think this would be something that could potentially push them back up into that 5-6 seed line. When you look at the net rankings and what a game like this could do against the number 37 team in the net. Great opportunity. Going to be awfully exciting to take this team on. Rutgers is 18-12 overall, 10-9 in Big Ten play. They're 2-5 in their last 7. 2 bad losses to Nebraska at home and Minnesota on the road on a buzzer beater 3. That was a really tough one to lose to the worst team in the conference that way. They've been leaking oil down the stretch. They're 18-2, I think, when they hold opponents below 65, which is wild. A wild stat. They're number 37 in the Ken Palm, number 3 defensive adjusted efficiency team in the country. Very solid in almost every defensive stat. Nothing that jumps out and you're like, wow, they're like the best of the best in any stat, but they're just really good in all of them. They're number 38 in the net. I think they may be up to 37, actually. Yes, they're up to 37 in the net, up to actually 35 in the Ken Palm. How about that? But they are 5-6 in quad 1, 4-2 in quad 2, and 7-0. Or 4-2 in quad 2, 2-4 in quad 3, and 7-0 in quad 4. When you look at them, their tournament hopes, they're a 9 seed in Joe Lunardi's bracketology the other day. I think that they're still sitting kind of in that range. I think it may have been updated today. They are the last buy on the I guess board, so they have fallen a little bit more today, down to an 11 seed despite not having played any games here recently. They are in the first 4, according to CBS and Jerry Palm, sitting at in the first 4 against Penn State, a pair of 11 seeds there. And then, of course, on Fox has been thought more highly of them than some of the other ones that we have seen this year. And they have them currently sitting as a 10 seed right now, which is the most favorable outlook that they have for this Rutgers team. We're going to talk about what happened last time out between these two teams here in just 1 second. But first, let's talk about our friends from FanDuel. The midway point of the NBA season is here, and now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. It's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Then you can bet on everything from the money line to point scores and threes drained. Plus, FanDuel even lets you combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with a same-game parlay. So don't miss the chance to get your no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 in bonus bets when you go to FanDuel.com/lockedon. That's FanDuel.com/lockedon to learn more. Make every moment more with FanDuel. Also, we want to thank you for making Locked On Northwestern your first listen every day. Make sure you check out our brand new podcast, Locked On College Basketball. Everything you want to know or need to know about college basketball in one place, plus hear from big name experts, insiders, coaches, and players. Locked On College Basketball, available on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. All right, so last time out, they played in Welsh Ryan Arena in Evanston, home game for Northwestern on January 11th. Rutgers jumped out on Northwestern early, kind of steadily built a 10-point lead. But a 7-2 run to finish the half by Northwestern cut the halftime deficit to 29-24. In that first half, Northwestern got outshot by Rutgers. Rutgers was 12 of 23 from the field, 38.7% from the field, which is not great. But Northwestern was just 9 of 27, 33.3% from the field. Rutgers was 4 of 7 from 3, while Northwestern was 3 of 12. So Rutgers took advantage of their 3-point opportunities better than Northwestern did. Both offenses kind of roared to life in the second half of this one. Rutgers was 11 of 23 in the second half, 47.8% from the field, 7 of 11 from 3, 63.6%, and 7 of 8 at the free throw line, 87.5%. Northwestern, on the other hand, went 12 of 24, right at 50%, 7 of 15 from 3, going 46.7% from deep, and just 7 of 13 from the free throw line, as that turned out to be kind of critical in this game, just 53.8% in the second half. A Northwestern 10-0 run late gave them the lead by 1. They led by 4 with 1:14 left. And it was at that point Rutgers has a 7-0 run to seal it. Sparked the majority of it by Cam Spencer, who hit a massive 3 with 15 seconds left to take the lead by 1. Then he hit a couple free throws to seal it. But they take the lead back by 1 with 15 seconds left. Northwestern was unable to capitalize and take the lead back and ended up having a foul. Cam Spencer hits his free throws. Game over. Rutgers wins 65-62. Some notable standouts for Rutgers in this game. Cam Spencer, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, did have 2 turnovers, 7 of 14 from the field, 6 of 7 from 3, and 3 of 3 at the free throw line. Paul Mulcahy, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 of 13 from the field, not very efficient. 2 of 4 from 3, though. 2 of 2 at the free throw line. And Andre Hyatt had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. I think Cliff Omoruyi, he had 11 rebounds as well. Didn't score a ton, but he was big down low in the rebounding battle. For the game, Rutgers goes 11 of 18 from 3 for 61.1% from deep, and 8 of 10 at the free throw line for 80%. Northwestern, not a ton of like breakout games. Boo Buie had 13 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists, did have 4 turnovers, 4 of 13 from the field, not very efficient, 1 of 6 from 3. The 3-point shot was not there, 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Ty Berry, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists, 1 turnover, 5 of 10 from the field, decently efficient, 2 of 6 from 3, rather, 1 of 2 at the line. Chase Audige, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 4 of 12 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Robbie Barron, 8 points, 6 boards. He was active on the boards in this one. No assists, no turnovers. 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. And then this one has some good spots, has some bad spots. Matthew Nicholson, he was had 3 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 6 at the free throw line. That really hurts. But, he did have 3 assists, did have 7 boards, only had 1 turnover. Northwestern as a team, what ended up costing them in this game is they were 10 of 18 at the free throw line, 56.6% from the field. In just a second here, we're going to take a look at some players to keep an eye on for Rutgers and what they're averaging this year. And then we're going to take a look at obviously what the Northwestern guys are averaging, and then some kind of big things to keep an eye on with this game. But first, we got to talk about our friends at Built. Are you looking for a delicious treat but don't want all the fat and calories? Then you got to try a Built bar. We just got through the holidays, and I know my goal is to eat a little bit healthier this year. If you're like me and you want to eat healthier but don't want to compromise taste, then, man, I've got just the thing for you. You got to try Built. With Built, healthy is actually tasty. Seriously, they're so delicious, you won't think they're good for you. Perfect for your New Year's resolution. What makes Built Bars so good? Well, for starters, they're all covered in 100% real chocolate. That's right, real chocolate. And they come in unbelievable flavors like churro, peanut butter brownie, and coconut almond. I'm not sure how Built does it, but these bars taste like a candy bar while maintaining amazing macros. What's even better is that they're healthy. Only 130 calories and 4 grams of sugar with a whopping 17 grams of protein. And now you don't need to wait around to get a box. For years, we've been talking about ordering your Built bars at Built.com. Now you can get them at your local Walmart or Sam's Club. That's right. Head to your nearest Walmart today, walk to the pharmacy section, and grab yourself a box of Built bars. You can pick up a 4-bar box of cookies and cream, double chocolate, or coconut puffs. If you're close to a Sam's Club, run in and grab yourself a 13-bar box of our hit flavors, brownie batter and churro. You can thank me later. Just go out there and try some of these Built bars. Thank you for making Locked On Northwestern your first listen today. For your second listen, check out our brand new podcast, Locked On College Basketball. Experts Isaac Shade and Andy Patton bring you everything you need to know on and off the court. Plus, hear from big-name experts, coaches, and players throughout the basketball landscape. Locked On College Basketball, available on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. All right, let's talk about this this Rutgers team, some players to keep an eye on, because you look, they're a pretty good squad. When you look at them, I know that the offensively, it's not going to jump off the page. They're not a great offensive team, but they do have some solid players. Cliff Omoruyi leads the way, the junior, 6'11", 240-pound center. He averages 13.5 points per game, 9.9 rebounds per game, and 0.9 assists. He also averages 2.1 blocks per game. They're the guy who killed Northwestern last time out, Cam Spencer, the senior guard, 6'4", 205, 12.9 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, 3.1 assists, 2.1 steals. He's 43.3% from deep, so he is a dead-eye three-point shooter, and he is 91.8% from the free throw line. So that'll be something. If he can get to the free throw line, if he can get open looks from three, he could really hurt Northwestern again in this game. Paul Mulcahy, the senior guard, 6'6", 210, 8.2 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game, 4.9 assists, as he is the leading assist man for this Rutgers team, 1.6 steals per game. He's 36.4% from three as well. Caleb McConnell, senior guard, 6'7", 195, 9.5 points per game, 5.4 rebounds per game, 3.1 assists per game, and 2.4 steals per game. Andre Hyatt, the senior forward, 6'6", 225, 9.4 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, and 0.9 assists. Northwestern has Boo Buie, averaging 17.3 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. Chase Audige, 14.3 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, and 2.8 assists. He's also the leading steals man for this Northwestern team, getting 2.7 steals per game. He shoots the three at about 33.9%. Boo Buie's three-point percentage has come up to 30.9 here recently. Another guy who the stats wouldn't tell you would be the biggest key guy, the third key guy, but Brooks Barnheiser's turned into a different animal here in the last month or so. He's averaging 7.2 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, and 1.1 assists, but he's just getting so much better as we go along this year. He makes those 50-50 plays. He can drive, he can hit some tough shots and help turn some momentum in your favor. Matthew Nicholson, 6 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, and 1.3 assists. He is your guy your leading rebounder for this team. He's gotten better this year for sure. Titus Verhoeven, his backup, has gotten a lot better. 2.5 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 0.7 assists. But I think that's been a lot better recently. Robbie Barron and Ty Berry are the kind of question marks of just how much better can they get for you? How much can they get hot? If they get hot, this Northwestern team is awfully difficult to beat and will be a handful for a lot of teams down the stretch. The line on this game is Rutgers -7.5 or -5. I don't know why I got 7.5. Over under of 127.5. There's your 7.5. If I was going to make a pick, I'd say Northwestern +5. I mean, I think Northwestern comes in this game motivated. I think they play well, and I think the over 127.5 hits. Obviously in Jersey Mike's Arena, they're in at Rutgers, and if you're Northwestern, you're playing for a double bye. With how everything's falling around you, you win. I think you do get a double bye with the way it's shaping up right now. You can finish as high as I think second in the league with a win. Don't exactly know at this point in time how low it could get, but you're helped by an Iowa loss. You're helped by an Illinois loss. You're helped by there's somebody else who lost today as well. But though it's falling very, very favorably around you in the Big Ten. I think it was Maryland lost today as well. So this is also a great opportunity for a quad one win against a top 40 net rankings team. And if you can go get it, helps that resume, helps that tournament seeding. That would be huge for this Northwestern team. That's going to do it for today's episode. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow talking about what happens in this one. It's going to be really exciting. Looking forward to it here in just a couple hours. Thank you for listening, making Locked On Northwestern your first listen every single day. We really appreciate it. We're available wherever you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. We're also on YouTube. Just search Locked On Northwestern. You can find us there. Wherever you're listening, make sure you are subscribed and you turn on notifications. You don't want to miss an episode because, we're covering this team all the way. At some point, we're going to talk about what the Northwestern guys are doing at the Combine because it's been pretty impressive by some of them. I'm your host, Carter Bird. You can follow me on social media at CarterBird13. I'll see you all next time.